Thank you very much. Welcome, special guests, parents, OeS staff, and of course the graduates. It's been 7 years since I've been in Hong Kong, this beautiful city. Last time I was here, we had 2 graduates, our first 2 graduates that we had. And it was a day that was special to us. It was a vision that me, Alan, and Tommy, we talked about and planned for, and it came to fruition. And today I'm standing here and I'm looking at 18 graduates out of many more that could not come, but it's a very special day for me too, to watch you guys. I'm very touched. I've read some of the reviews that you put on the program that you will be getting later, and it's amazing to hear the stories. And I'm reading those stories, and all those stories are about everything that me, Alan, and Tommy talked about and visualized all those years ago. Coming here, I have 2 daughters. One is 15 years old and one is 12 years old. My 15-year-old daughter didn't ask any questions. She just knew I was leaving and just said bye-bye. And my 12-year-old daughter was asking all kinds of questions, and she was asking, why do I have to go? Why am I going so far away? And I had to explain to her, I'm meeting a whole bunch of students who worked very, very hard for a goal. And I felt it was imperative, very important for me to come here and say congratulations to these students, because they put a lot of effort, a lot of dedication, and they committed themselves to something and achieved a goal. And it was important for me to be here to see that to the very end before you go off on your new journey. And this educational journey is not over for you. It's going to continue. My journey started as a teacher way back in 1990. I was at University of Toronto, and I started teaching there at the age of 23 years old. And I went to a professor and I asked them, I'm not sure what I want to do with my life, but I feel that I want to get into teaching. And I asked her a simple question. I said, is it better to be a professor or to be a high school teacher? And she couldn't give me an answer. She would move around but not tell me directly. And in fact, she didn't want to answer my question. So I knew I had to figure it out for myself. So I made the decision at that point to go into high schools, because I felt that that was the place where I would be the most effective rather than staying in the university. So I taught in university for 2 years. I then went into Teachers College and then went into the high schools and started teaching. By 1997, I was department head of science and teaching IB, and I thought, you know what, I want to do something more. So I went into administration, but by going into administration, I lost contact with what I loved the most. As a VP, I wasn't teaching anymore. So I thought, I think I made a mistake by going into administration, because I wasn't feeling what I normally would feel inside a classroom. I used to teach chemistry, I used to teach biology, physics, and the maths. So I thought, I have to do something different. So I thought about it, and I thought, what do I like to do? What do I really want to do? And so I looked into doing something privately. And I applied to medical school, and I got accepted. So it looked like I was going to medical school. And then I talked to somebody who was very close to me just before I was supposed to start school. And he said to me, what are you really good at? But he wouldn't tell me. He says, you need to think about that. He goes, what are you really good at? What are you passionate about? And he says, that's what you have to do if you're going to do something different. And so at that point, I thought, I love teaching. I love interacting with students. And I thought at least I was good at it. I'm not sure if anybody else thought that, but I thought I was good at it. I also like to drink lots of coffee. I'm an expert at coffee, so I said I'm either going to become a teacher again, or I'm going to open up a coffee shop. So I'm going to do one or the other. And so I decided at that point that, I'm going to go back into I'm going to stay in education, and I'm going to open up my own school. So in 2003, I opened up my own little place and started teaching again. And I left the school board, and I was happy. I was back to doing what I wanted to do. But the lesson there was I had to do something that I liked to do, I was passionate about, and I know I was good at. And the question that you guys have to learn is, what are you good at? And if you haven't figured that out yet, that's the next part for you. So what are you really good at? And whatever that is, then you're going to work towards it. And then you're going to take those skills, you're going to sharpen those skills, and you're going to apply it to the real world. Because right now it's just theory, but it's all going to come together when the time is right. You've made it this far, you're going to go to the next level. Does that make sense? So your journey has just started. The next one is going to be maybe more difficult, you never know, but that's the hardest part, is to figure out exactly what you want to do. Some of you guys have been accepted to certain programs. You may stay in those programs, you may change, but you need to answer some of those questions. But that's okay. That's all part of the process. The important thing is this first stage is done, and then you're going to move on from there. So I'm just telling you that you've made it so far. That only means one more thing. You're going to make it the next step as well. The next part is the work, right? You have to continue to put the hard work in. So once you know what you want to do, the work is never going to stop. I guarantee you one thing. I can guarantee you one thing, and everyone in here will tell you the same thing, is if you put the hard work in, especially in something you like to do, you're going to be successful. You will be successful. I can guarantee you that. If you go halfway, I can't guarantee you, and nobody can guarantee you. Hard work always leads to good things. Work is good. Anybody will tell you work is good because it keeps you busy. Successful people are always busy people. In fact, successful people are the busiest of people. Because when you're busy, it keeps you out of trouble. It's productive. It's when you're staying still and not doing anything, and you're remaining and you're just thinking, and you don't have anything to do, that's when you get into trouble. Because we're human beings. Keep yourselves busy. Always busy. Work. And you'll see the results. I guarantee that. And everyone in here will tell you the exact same thing. So congratulations. I want to take a few seconds just to really bring to attention the parents. The parents gave you guys an option. They gave you guys an opportunity. This doesn't come easy. And you guys took that opportunity, and I need to commend you for that. But the parents made a decision, and that is to go on with an online school. Now, when we opened this online school, and I talked to Tommy and Alan about this, way back when, most people would say, well, that's crazy. When I opened up the online school, they thought I was crazy. Why would I open up an online school? How would an online school possibly be successful? And the reality is that if I had to listen to most people, I never would have opened it. But when Alan heard about it and Tommy heard about it, they knew immediately what this was. It was an opportunity for students to showcase themselves in a different way, learn in a different way, in a flexible way, in a more intimate way, and bring out the best in those students. And that's exactly what you guys are the product of exactly what we thought was going to happen. And so the parents who made the decision to pay for their program, you need to be commended for that, because it's not a hard decision, and you put your trust of your children's future in our hands. And so I'd like to thank you for that. Thank you for your trust, because it's not an easy thing to do, I have to say. And finally, I just want to thank Alan's team. To the very last second, I was watching Alan's team helping you with your gowns, your hats, making sure that you look perfect for this moment. And it's a perfect symbol of the way they cared about you the whole time through. Isn't that true? You're late for class, you get a call. You're not showing up, you get a call. Where are they? And that's them caring about you, making sure that you were successful. Without them, there's some people that may not be here today. And you needed that support. You're probably not going to get that support next year. But they made this day possible for you. So I think you should give them an applause. I want to wish you the very, very best. Congratulations. I know where you guys are going. And thank you very much.
Thank you, Naz.